Priceless Desserts. Hello, today we're going to be making cookies. But before I start, I just want to say that cookies are the main ingredient in the heart of the world. Because one day when I was making cookies with my favorite people, my aunts, yes, they're my favorite people, they were telling me that I'm their favorite person. So I was really thankful for that. Thank you. Okay, anyways, let's get baking. So, today, I already opened it because you already know. I just don't know. Okay, so today we're going to be making gingerbread cookies. And no, they aren't called gingerbread cookies because you can make gingerbreads out of them. They obviously taste like gingerbread. I didn't know that at first. I thought you could just shape them. So I took a bite. I didn't really like it. I'm not a big fan of gingerbread, but you know, it still works. So, it's telling us to heat oven to 350. So, my oven is already on because of last episode, but it was at 340. So we have to just do it. 345. Make sure, as I said in the last episode, mine is different, so I had to lower it down a little bit. Okay. And then it just tells us the normal what you would do with a package like this. You would have to cut some of this out. Careful with those scissors or knives. And then you have to make them into balls. And then you have to take your fork and you have to make cool little designs on them just to make sure they're flat. Because when they're flat, it's easier. Okay. So let's roll up our sleeves again because it can get messy. So it also has box top on it, so just don't forget about that because those are pretty cool. So mine's not open too good, so I'm just going to open it a little and take this knife that I will need. Be careful with these knives, kids. They're not good. I don't even know why I have one right now. Pretty big, as you can see. It's not all going to fit on here, but I don't feel like doing lots and lots of loads. We just don't have time for that. You already know how to do half of the stuff. I'm just showing you the basics. Okay, so I'm going to even it down through the middle. I might have just cut it. I might have not to. I'm just going to have an extra plate just because I'm doing half of it. Just laying it on my finger. Oh. I'm not a big fan of this. Okay. So I'm just gonna leave that there for my producer to clean up. AKA your mom's. Okay. So we got our nice huge chunk of cookie dough here. I wouldn't recommend eating this because it's like, it's worse than raw. This is like, I don't even know what to say. Like, if you eat this, then I'm 100% sure you're going to get a stomach ache. And those hurt. So, we have to cut it now. Let's do one at a time because it's just easier. So, we don't want them to be too big. So, I'm going to say that's a little too big, but let's see. So, just make it a little smaller. And then to do a circle, put your thumbs out so they can turn in motion. So yeah, this is pretty big. We don't want these to be this big. So I'm just going to take some of it out, put it on the side, and let's roll it again. It's still pretty big, so I'm just going to take a little more out. You may have to keep doing this, but I think we're good now. Maybe just a little more. Okay. Now, I'm for sure we're good. Perfect. Now, I have a cookie sheet right now, and cookie sheets are actually better than normal pans because you don't have to pan them up. Cookie sheets, they already come, I guess you could say, pamelated. Yes, I just created that word, pamelated. It means they already come pammed. I created that word too, pammed. Okay. So you don't want to make it too close to the edge, but you don't want to put it all the way in the middle so it doesn't have enough space. So I put my first one down. Now to do the design, you want to have a 4-sporked fork. Don't stab your friends with these, by the way. If you're doing this with friends or your brothers or sisters, don't go because then you have a little gentle with these things. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you have a big one or a small one. I have a pretty big one. Sweat. So you can actually do whatever design you want, but the one that I know for, that most people do, is just do that at first, straight. I want to make sure that it's flat, but then you go and turn it sideways. You want to make sure you get every area. That. I mean, it's a pretty big cookie, but it won't grow anymore in the oven because you already flattened it. Just do the next one. Smush. That's my favorite part. This one's just a little bigger. And you want to make them about 1 inch apart because you want them to slide together, do you? This one looks a little bigger, but YOLO. Different size cookies is always the best for the past 30 minutes. You've been out gallivanting. Bitch.
We're in a series where Bucket 1, Bucket 2 are going to go together until our opinion on all social fucking things.
Medias.
Welcome to Opinionated Bitches.
I'm just making some of these flat because the details are getting a little old. I have all these cookies and they all have the same detail. Yikes. I think I'm going to make a face in this one. Just do like a smiley face. And that was my attempt at a smiley face. Okay, so my hand's got a little ew. Just to scrub those up a little bit into the oven. Okay. We're going to need these bad boys. That's right, these are bad boys. Mine look like pretty artsy, right? Artsy fartsy. Pop them in on the top rack. Dying right now. And it says, how long? 7 to 11 minutes or until cookies are set. So, we're just going to have to wait a few minutes. Okay, so we are back. We are ready to find out about our gingerbread cookies. So grab your mittens like you already know. Whoa, that's hot from my view. So we're just going to leave these here and let them sit. So we let these sit for a little bit. Now, we have to put them away in storage. Well, you see, I already had cookies made of this sort that I made for Santa, which Santa didn't eat. So I have extra room in here, so I'm just going to store it in there to save space. Sorry about that, my dog's a little loud. These aren't too hot, so I'm just going to pick them up. I obviously didn't burn these. I would bite into one right now, but I don't like them. This is how you make gingerbread cookies. I hope you enjoyed this because it was a lot of fun. Thank you for watching.